Question 1. What type of nation is Australia? A. A military state. B. A democratic nation. C. A dictatorship. D. A monarchy without elections. Correct answer. B. A democratic nation. Australia is a democratic nation, which means that the people have the power to choose who governs the country through regular elections. Citizens vote to elect representatives to Parliament, and these representatives make laws and decisions on behalf of the people. Democracy also protects individual freedoms, such as freedom of speech and freedom of association, allowing people to participate openly in public life. Question 2. Who is Australia's head of state? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The King of Australia. D. The Chief Justice. Correct answer. C. The King of Australia. Australia is a constitutional monarchy, meaning the king is the head of state, but his powers are defined and limited by the Australian Constitution. The king does not run the government or make laws directly. Instead, Australia is governed by elected representatives, while the king's role is largely symbolic and ceremonial. Question 3. Who represents the King of Australia in Australia? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The Speaker of the House. D. The High Court. Correct answer. B. The Governor-General. The Governor-General represents the King in Australia and carries out constitutional and ceremonial duties on his behalf. These duties include giving royal assent to laws passed by Parliament, appointing the Prime Minister and ministers, and opening sessions of Parliament. The Governor-General acts on the advice of the elected government. Question 4. What is the capital city of Australia? A. Sydney. B. Melbourne. C. Brisbane. D. Canberra. Correct answer. D. Canberra. Canberra is the capital city of Australia and was specifically chosen to avoid rivalry between Sydney and Melbourne. It is home to Parliament House, the High Court, and many important national institutions, making it the centre of Australia's federal government. Question 5. When is Australia Day celebrated? A. January the 1st. B. April the 25th. C. January the 26th. D. July the 1st. Correct answer. C. 26th of January. Australia Day is celebrated on the 26th of January each year to mark the arrival of the First Fleet in 1788 and the beginning of British settlement in Australia. It is a national public holiday and a day for many Australians to reflect on the nation's history, achievements, and cultural diversity. Question 6. Who were the first inhabitants of Australia? A. British settlers. B. European explorers. C. Asian migrants. D. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Correct answer. D. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples were the first inhabitants of Australia and have lived on the land for tens of thousands of years. They developed complex societies, cultures, languages, and spiritual connections to the land long before European settlement began. Question 7. Which of the following is a fundamental right in Australia? A. Freedom to disobey the law. B. Freedom of speech. C. Freedom to avoid paying taxes. D. Freedom to ignore elections. Correct answer. B. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech allows people in Australia to express their opinions, discuss ideas, and take part in public debate without fear. This right is essential to democracy because it enables citizens to question government decisions and contribute to political and social discussions, as long as they do not break the law. Question 8. At what age must Australian citizens enrol to vote? A. 17, B. 18, C. 19, D. 20. Correct answer. B. 18. Australian citizens must enrol to vote when they turn 18 years old. This legal requirement ensures that adults participate in elections and have a say in choosing their representatives and shaping the country's future. Question 9. Votings in Australia is A. Optional, B. A responsibility and a duty, C. Only for older people, D. Not required by law. Correct answer. B. A responsibility and a duty. In Australia, voting is compulsory for eligible citizens. This means voting is both a right and a legal responsibility, helping to ensure that election results reflect the views of the wider community rather than only a small group of voters. Question 10. How many houses are there in the Australian Parliament? A1, B2, C3, D4. Correct answer. B2. The Australian Parliament has two houses, which allows proposed laws to be examined carefully from different perspectives before they are passed, helping to improve the quality of legislation. Question 11. What are the two houses of the Australian Parliament? A. Senate and House of Representatives, B. Senate and High Court, C. Cabinet and Parliament, D. House of Lords and House of Commons. Correct answer. A. Senate and House of Representatives. The House of Representatives represents the Australian people, while the Senate represents the states and territories. A law must be approved by both houses before it can come into effect. Question 12. Who has the power to make and change federal laws? A. The High Court, B. The Australian Parliament, C. The Prime Minister alone, D. The Governor-General. Correct answer. B. The Australian Parliament. The Australian Parliament is responsible for debating, passing and amending federal laws. This process ensures laws are discussed openly and reflect democratic decision-making. Question 13. Who must obey the law in Australia? A. Only citizens, B. Only permanent residents, C. Everyone, D. Only adults. Correct answer. C. Everyone. Everyone in Australia, including citizens, permanent residents and visitors, must obey the law. This principle supports equality before the law and ensures fairness within society. Question 14. Which is a core Australian value? A. Racial discrimination, B. Freedom of speech, C. Violence, D. Gender inequality. Correct answer. B. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is a core Australian value that supports democracy, mutual respect and tolerance, allowing people with different views to express themselves peacefully. Question 15. How can Australians lawfully express disagreement with the government? A. By using violence, B. By peaceful protest, C. By damaging property, D. By refusing to obey laws. Correct answer. B. By peaceful protest. Australians have the right to express disagreement with government decisions through peaceful and lawful protests. Violence and property damage are illegal and go against democratic values. Question 16. What symbols appear on the Australian national flag? A. The Union Jack and stars. B. Only a kangaroo. C. Only red colours. D. No symbols. Correct answer. A. The Union Jack and stars. The Australian flag includes the Union Jack, representing historical ties with Britain, and stars that represent the Commonwealth and the Southern Cross constellation. Question 17. Who is responsible for maintaining law and order in Australia? A. The military. B. The police. C. The Parliament. D. The Governor-General. Correct answer. B. The police. Police are responsible for enforcing the law, preventing crime, and maintaining public safety, helping to ensure a safe and orderly society. Question 18. What is the role of the High Court of Australia? A. To make laws. B. To enforce laws. C. To interpret and apply laws. D. To elect the Prime Minister. Correct answer. C. To interpret and apply laws. The High Court interprets the Constitution and laws, resolves disputes, and ensures that laws are applied consistently across Australia. Question 19. How many states and mainland territories does Australia have? A. 6 states and 2 mainland territories. B. 7 states and 1 territory. C. 8 states. D. 5 states. Correct answer. A. 6 states and 2 mainland territories. Australia consists of 6 states and 2 mainland territories, each with its own government and responsibilities under the federal system. Question 20. What must you do at a citizenship ceremony? A. Join the military. B. Change your name. C. Leave Australia. D. Make the Australian Citizenship Pledge. Correct answer. D. Make the Australian Citizenship Pledge. At the citizenship ceremony, applicants must make the Australian Citizenship Pledge, which is a formal promise to respect Australia's laws, values, and democratic principles. Thank you for watching. How many questions did you pass? Don't forget to like, subscribe for me. Bye.